Hello dear friends, welcome back. Welcome back to this video. In this video we are going to practice on how to use data cleaning in R. So this is let me open my R studio. This is what we have. So the first thing we need to do is to try to read a CSV, but you can't read a CSV and you don't know where it's located. So I want us to upload a CSV file here, then we try to read it. So we are going in this video how to read data in CSV, in Excel, and then we are going to do some practice on data cleaning, that is removing NA not applicable, then like removing duplicate. Then after doing this we shall have a we shall like do a quiz together for like sinking in whatever we have learned. So if you the first error you can get when trying to read the data is this: if you are trying to use a library and you have not installed it, you will get this error. So let me look for CSV, a CSV file. I think I have one. Some contain sensitive data. So let me open my Finder and look for one. Kind. Then I look for CSV, comma separated. So we can try this. Let me put it in the directory where our data is. So let's copy, Control C. So if we go here, so let's first of all check the directory we are in, and in hi Karen for subscribing, thank you. So this is what I'm using to follow, and the first thing they are saying, you're supposed to know the working directory, and I wanted to demonstrate on how you can get. So in terminal using bash you can get working directory through pwd, but in R we use set working, no, we use get working directory. So let's put it here. We comment this. So to comment, you press Command Shift and C. So now we want to get the working directory. You write get wd and you use this function. Then you write get, you press Command Enter, you get the working directory. So you can see we are in this working directory, but I want to use a certain working directory. So I want to save my data here. So how do you do that? There are various ways. One, you can go to where my data is here, and then I want to open the terminal so I can get the path. So I open new terminal at the folder, then I print pwd, then I copy this path. So I go to my R and I use the command called set in small letters. So I set working directory, and then I paste the path I copied in double quotes, and then I press Command Enter. Then I try to run get working directory, and here you can see my working directory is set to where my data is. So that is how you can be able to do it. Also you can use let me show you the another method. Okay, so we have here, you go to sessions, then you set working directory, then you press here choose working directory, and you can be able to set the working directory, and is shown here. So those are the two methods. Also here you can come here and select your path which you want, which I want is module 6. Then press these three buttons. You press more, then here you press set working directory. Now you can see we have our CSV here. Now we want to read it, so we can clean our environment to be empty. So to read a CSV, you first of all give it a you give it a variable name. Then you use the less sign to assign the variable name to this function. So the function used to read the CSV. So you just come here on and you print read CSV, then you press tab, then here you put the name of your CSV. So let me put it here. I just want to paste it, then .csv. Then you can use the separator keyword, and the separator we are using is a comma, and we add. So if we press enter, we have loaded our data here. So this is our data. So that is how you can be able to read CSV data. So like we can also view it, use view. Command enter. This is the data we have. So we have been able to read and load our CSV data. So I'm not sure how this header works. So let's open it. Let's use AI. Diagonalize. So we have been able to achieve setting working directory. So we are told the separator SEP tells our command that commas are used to separate pieces of data. Then header is true, tells R contain names of column, not data itself. So I'm supposed to put true in my data here. True. If we view our data, what should we see? Here you can see it has been able to recognize the first column is used to give to label the data. So we are done with reading CSV. So we read Excel. So to write a comma, you command Shift C to comment what you don't want to be seen by code. So we have achieved this. So we have been able to understand header is equals to true. Header is equals to true. It recognizes the first line of CSV as it's a label for labeling our data, and it's not part of data. So now we want to learn how to read CSV as an Excel. So here we have to download a package first, which is called Excel. So to install, we use install package. then we copy the name of our package. We are using read Excel. So you install it once, then you comment it out. So it's already downloaded. So now we can be able to use it. To use it, you write library, then double quotes, read Excel. Then do I have an Excel? Let me put one here. Okay, so let's use this. So we have been able to delete, copy. So we have it copied. So this is what we are going to read. So you can view it here. So to read it, we write a variable name. Then we assign it to a function, and that function says read Excel. So this is the function we want. Then we give its name. XLSX. To read Excel, we don't. Could not find the function XLX. So let's confirm from our notes. So we are told to use read Excel, lead Excel. So there are many packages, like they confuse someone. So we have been able to read, so we can see its data. So, and also next we can be able like to convert it to a CSV. So let's view it first. So that is the data. So now we want to save it as a CSV. So you can write use the function write.csv, then we input our data, our Excel data, which is here, then the new name. So if we run this, we have written it, but can we be able like to save it? Jacqueline Gogi said hi. So we don't know where we have saved our data. Let's try to see. Or we need to refresh here. Yes, we needed to refresh. So this is our file. So we have been able to read Excel data. We have used the library called read Excel. You install the library first, then you use the command read Excel, which is EXCL. That is read Excel. You'll be able to read it. Then you store your data. I don't have as SPSS data, but we can learn it here. So to save SPSS data, this is the same. You use this library. So now we can proceed on removing like data cleaning. So let's do data cleaning. We use this example here. To comment, you press Command Shift C. So we have this data containing not applicable. So we copy it and then we try to search for its mean. And we can't be able to get our mean because of this. So how do we remove our data? So let's go to our notes here. To remove our not applicable, we use n dot remove is equals to true, and our note says here, by using this na dot remove is equals to true, we are telling it to remove not applicable. So let's do that. So now we are able to get our mean. So that is the first step to remove NA. Also, I have seen here in our data it's contain NA. Like you can be able to clean it and rewrite that data again. Then the other part is to remove duplicates. So to remove duplicate, you use duplicated function. Then you input your data. So you can see here, when I input e-commerce order, we don't have any duplicate. If we had any duplicate, it could tell us to be true. So for now, we have done like how to clean data, how to read the CSV, how to read the Excel, how to set a working directory, and now we want to do a quiz. So this is what we are going to use. We are told here, using air quality dataset built on R, check for silence, like remove any not applicable. Like we run this function to see what it is going to tell us. Then we count the gap using sum. Then we are supposed to create a new data called air quality clean using na.omit. So then we save our work using light CSV and we call our file this name. So I think we should copy this. We copy this. So number one, we are told to use the air quality dataset. So to load the dataset, you use this command, datasets, tab, then we want air quality. So I think we should save it. Then we can view it. So we are supposed to remove this non-applicable. So we are done with first step. So we are told to run this command called any. We put our data, then we run it. It is saying we have duplicate, and we can even see it here. Then we use this command to count the number of not applicables. We have 44. Then we clean our data. We create a variable called air quality clean. So air, and we assign it to this function, not applicable, omit. Then we input our data. Then we save our work. So we use the light.csv. Then we are told to set row name as false. So if we refresh, we should see we should see something here. Here I forgot. You should. Yes, we have our CSV which is screened here. And so let's like view it. Let's view it so we see it. Let's like view it. I think we have been able to remove like in column 5. So let's check on column 5. We have been able to remove NA. So we have been able to achieve our goals. So thank you so much for watching. See you on the next stream.